topic, we will start with the revision from the previous topic. Okay, so the topic is coordinate geometry, and we will discuss the main things, main keynotes about in that from that topic. Okay, so mainly in coordinate geometry, we should have a coordinate plane, right? Coordinate plane means you should have an x and y axis. Okay, each x value is your horizontal and the y represents the vertical line. Okay, and the coordinates will be in the form of x and y. Okay, so in this chapter mainly focusing about line equation. Okay, how to construct a line. Okay, so the line equation, the general form of a line equation, it will be like this: ax plus by plus c equal to 0. And but all the time we cannot generate, we cannot convert the equation in this form. So we have to use the form of point slope form, which we have learned in the previous class. Okay, the point slope form is y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. So now you know already what is x1, y1. Yeah, coordinates in the line. Okay, so x1 will be the point in the line. How about m? Slope or gradient. Okay, and what is the formula for finding slope? So slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so you always need this formula for obtaining gradient. Okay, next one, x1 y1, it will be the points. Okay, for example, if your line is like this on the plane, your point of x1 y1 may be point at the end points. Okay, x1 y1 x2 y2 will be your what? End points. We will call end points. Okay, and in slope we also learned about your slope. What we have, yeah, there is this some, yes, for the perpendicular line, for perpendicular we will use this symbol, perpendicular line. For a perpendicular line, for perpendicular lines we can say slope m1 equal to -1 by m. Okay, if you have slope m1 and m2, one should be the reciprocal, negative reciprocal of the other one. That's it. Okay, and for parallel lines, slope will be equal, m1 equal to m2. These two are important. Okay, and what is midpoint? What is the formula for finding midpoint? x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. Okay, understand? And what is the distance formula?
Square root.
Yes, square root of
x1
x2 or x1 whole square plus y2 minus order. Okay? Hannah? So these are the main things. Okay? And another, these are for line. Okay? These are the keynotes for lines. How about for perpendicular bisector? What is the difference from a perpendicular line and perpendicular? What's the difference between a perpendicular line and perpendicular bisector?
So perpendicular line, cut the line.
Yes. It will cut the line perpendicularly. Okay?
Yeah.
Making 90 degree. But perpendicular bisector will pass through, it bisect equally.
Yeah.
It should be the midpoint. Yeah. And also make 90 degree. So this is a perpendicular line, but this one is a perpendicular bisector. Understand the difference? Okay, so for a perpendicular line, here the point x1, y1, any point. But for perpendicular bisector, you need to choose the midpoint. Understand? That's the main difference. Okay, point will be x1 and y1, any point. This one will be x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Can you please write this one? Hannah, you want to write?
No, it's okay. I'll take a picture. Atrina, Danaji, can you take a picture?
She will share with you. Okay?
As in like of the board.
Okay, so do you remember all these things? Okay, so can anyone explain or give me the summary about this one? Then we can go to the problem. We can solve. So what would be the general equation for a line? Line equation? 0. Okay. And what is so if you want to reach x plus b y plus c, what are the things do you need?
You need to find the gradient before you're using the
Yes.
y minus power.
Yeah, and
And also find the point.
yeah, coordinates also. That is the important thing. Then you can rearrange. Okay. And what other? If there is the line, if the line is perpendicular, what will you do? So the slope will be negative 1 over the slope. And parallel lines, it will be the same. Yeah. Okay. So we can start with the one question. Shall I rise? Yes. Okay, so here is the diagram in the projector. We have two lines, L1 and L2. Okay, and they give you the give the line in the coordinate plane. There is x-axis, y-axis, and they ask you to find the gradient of L1. Which one is L1? This line is L1. Okay, if you want to know the gradient of L1, how can you do? Points, yes. So, what would be the point of L1? 8, 0, very good. And the other one? 0, 6. Okay, so for L1, you can write the coordinates 8, 0, then 0, 6. Okay, who can write the gradient for me? sky with 10. So y2, y1. Y1 is your throw. Just write on top. You can write y1 and y2, x1, x2. Just write it. You can write now. Solve this question now. This one acid division.
Are these the kind of questions that will be in the exam?
Yes.
What about the y max? No, no, the max.
That also the periodic function will have that. Yes. Okay, so we have the gradient for L1 already, right? So now, what is the question? You need to find the equation, right?
Yeah.
In the form of y equal to mx plus c. So, what are the things we need to find the equation of L1?
We have a slope and one.
Slope already there, right?
Yeah.
So what else? Yes, we need the point, right? Any of the point you can choose, either this or this. Both are okay. Okay. So which formula we have to apply for converting into the equation? Y minus equal m times x minus x1. Who can do this one for me? Any volunteers? You can. Very good. Okay. So y minus y1, which would be the point? Yes. 3 and 8, 24. 24 over 4. 6. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. So in this question, so they ask you the equation of L1, your answer in the form of y equal to mx plus c. So is this in the form y equal to mx plus c? Just see, your y will be on the left, right? And your x should be on the right with the c. What is the meaning of c? Y intercept. Okay? So it's in the form. So your answer would be this. Okay? Is it clear? After that, they said the equation of L2 x minus 2y equal to 0. Okay, they already give you the equation of L2. What is L2? X minus 2y equal to 0. Find the area of the shaded triangle. We need to find the area of the shaded triangle. Okay, if you have this one, how can you find it?
X equals to y.
Yeah, you can rearrange and you can say x equal to 2y. Okay,
And then you
Then-
substitute x.
substitute in this one to calculate the y value, right? So okay, we can use equation number 1. Okay, and 2. So substitute 2 in 1. Am I right? So y equal minus 3 over 4 time, what is our x? 2y. Plus 6. Solve it. You can solve, yeah. You can either use GDC, new calc. Anyhow, I will show you the steps. Okay, in the math. Numerical solver, enter our equation on the left side. It should be y, but we can substitute in the calculator. There is only one function, x t theta 1. This is the only built-in function, so just press that one. And the second equation, it's negative 3 over 4 2y, right? You can simplify as negative. Before that we need the okay, so negative 3 times 2 6, right? So 6 x over 4 and this is plus 6. Okay, and solve it. So you will get 2.39. Is it 2.39? Yeah. So the answer is 2.39. Or you can also, as long as you are AI student, you can use GDC. Okay. So your y value is 2.39. Am I right? 3.9.
If it's 2.39, it should be.
You can, yeah, you can round because 2.39, right? So you can round to 2. And enter the equation. Then solve. So you can find it. Okay? Please write the command, otherwise you will forget. Okay? So already, right? Y value. Okay. So you already have the y value. What is the meaning? The y value. You need the shaded area, right? This one, right? So if you have the y value, what is the y value? The height of the triangle, because it is intersecting, because we are plugging the both equation, we plugged and we solved it already, right? So you can use. If you don't know this method, we can use the equation solver in GDC itself. There are two methods. Okay, you can plug in one equation as this one, second equation as this one. Okay, so in the second equation, you need to change x over 2, y equal to x over 2. Okay, so this is one method for finding x. Okay, another method is, it will be, this is method 1. Okay, and method 2. Okay, so in method 2, you can just put the value. So only you need to write the equation in terms of the complete equation you need. Okay, x plus y. So here our first equation, y plus 3 by 4 x plus x. Oh sorry, plus, no need, the 6 should be on the other side. Okay, and rearrange 3 by 4 x plus y equal to 6. That is one equation. Okay, and the second equation, you have x minus 2y equal to 0. X minus 2y equal to 0. That is for second equation. Use what? Polynomial 2. So another one is polynomial 2. Please use polynomial 2.
Nada.
So
I already have the thing. You can look at my paper.
you can try this kind of. Use calculator. The commands please, because our okay. In the apps, polynomial 2. Okay, did you get it? Yes. So in the apps, in method 2, in the first part, so we have like different method. Method 2. By using method 2, acts on GDC. Adds polyroot finder. Polysmith 2, polyroot, not polyroot. It is simultaneous equation because we have two equations in terms of x and y. So write simultaneous equation. So in the calculator you need to use that one. Then that is number 2. And how many equations do we have? 2. So you need to press 2. If it depends upon the number of equation and the variables 2, right? 2. So you need to choose 2. Okay. Then after that you can press next. And you can input the values. Okay. So and in that, so our equation will be like this. Okay, so you need to choose polyroot. No, we need to choose simultaneous equation. So enter 2 and we have 2 equation. Then choose the number 2. Okay, and next you need to type the equation. It will be in this form. So the first equation is 3/4, right? So you can use okay, 3/4. So 3 divided by 4. You can use that one and enter. And the next one is y. The coefficient of y is 1. It is plus, and coefficient of y is 1. Enter, and which is equal to 6. And the next one is x minus y. So 1. Enter. Where is it? Oh, sorry. Enter, and it's minus or plus, it's minus. So we need to use the big one. Minus, and again enter. 2y. So the coefficient is 2, right? So press that one, and it's 0. So okay. Now just press solve. You will get the answer. If you want fraction form or decimal form, we need to press here. So from there you will get the answer to y. Okay, so by using that, okay, after next you need to input the value, right? Input the values and solve. You will get the answers of x and y. X equal to and y equal to. Here the meaning of solving the equation means finding the intersecting point. We need to find this point, this intersecting point. Okay, if you find the intersecting point only, you will get the height. Okay, and where is the meeting? The point will be in the middle. Okay, and remember, what is our area of a triangle?
1/2
Yes, area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 b base time. Yeah, h. So we know the base, right? Base is, we need, they asked the area of the shaded one. What is the base? 0 to 8. Okay, so you can write base as 8 and height. Yeah, now 2.4. From the graph, it is not easy to predict. They didn't give you the exact scale. Okay, that's the reason we solved the equation. If you solve these two equations, did you see the meeting point? This is called intersecting point. If you find intersecting point, you can see this height also the particular point where it will use. Okay. So by using this also, you will get y value 2.4, right? But x value we don't want. Okay. X is the middle point only, but we don't need it. Okay. What is x value? 4.8, right? But we are not required. We need only the y value because we just need to find the height. Okay. So our height is 2.4. Substitute the value 1/2 times 8 times 2.4. What is the answer? 9 point? Okay. 9.6. Is it centimeter square or meter square?
Unit square.
Oh, unit square. They didn't give you any the dimension centimeter or meter, right?
Yeah.
So it will be unit square. Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just take it. Have a look on this. Okay. If any doubt, let me know. Okay. Okay. So this one is it clear? Okay. So please let me check. That one drop. Okay. So next question. This would be our next question. Okay. Remember all the commands we used for GDC. Okay. Which one is good? Method 1 or method 2? Which one do you want to use? You want to follow the first method or second one?
Method 1 is easier.
Yeah. So if there is justification, it would be better to use the method 1. Okay. So next question. If you use this one only, you can finish everything so fast. Okay. Okay, next question. They give you a triangle. Okay. And the point is already there, 9 and 5, right? And the equation of the line is already given. Now, what is my question? Find the coordinate of A and B. We have to find the points of A and B. How can we find it?
Substitute x is 0 for a.
Yeah, because why? What is the reason?
A is on the y-axis.
So yes, exactly, very good. That means A is on the y-axis and it's the y-intercept. Okay, so if it is on the y-axis, there is one point always 0, right? Which point is that? X is 0. So substitute x equal to 0 in the line, you can obtain y. So our equation is what? X plus 4y equal to 12. So plug in the value
4y.
x equal to 0 to obtain y. So when you plug in equal to 12, so 4y equal to 12, y equal to what? 3. Okay? So if you have y equal to 3, what is the point? 8. 0. 0. How about y? Sorry, how about b? The point b.
It's on the x-axis.
It's on the x-axis. So b is on the x-axis. Okay? So substitute what? Put y equal to 0. Because on the x-axis, always y equal to 0. Right? On the y-axis, x equal to 0. That's the reason. Okay? So when you put y equal to 0, x plus 4 times 0 equal to 12, right? So x equal to what? 4 times 0, 0. So x equal to 12. So what is your point B?
12, 0,
12,
0.
0. Okay? Is it clear? So you have point A and point B. Okay? Next one. Show the length. Okay. So this question, always we have a mistake, like you will just put the value of 12.4. So if the question asks you show that the length of AB is 12.4, that means you have to find the distance. Okay? And that distance should be equal to 12.4. Okay? So how can you do it?
Distance formula.
Yeah, apply distance formula, right? So apply distance formula. What is distance formula? Who can do this one?
This
Hmm. Distance formula.
for
AB. A is what? What is the point of A?
0, 3,
0
3,
and B
12, 0.
12. So what is distance of AB? Square root of x2 minus x1 whole square. Yes. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square.
Teacher, in the formula booklet, it's x1 minus x2.
That is okay. I said you can both swap the number, no matter, because as long as since there is a square, even if it come negative also it become positive. Okay. So if this one or x1 minus, but the thing is both should be the same order. Okay. If you are using x1, here should be y1. Okay. So what is your x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square?
12 minus 0 whole square plus
0.
0 minus 3 whole square.
Okay. Can you find the answer?
12.4.
Kaimuk. 0 minus 3 whole square. So what is the answer?
Also, it's square root of 144 plus 9.
Is it 12.3?
12.37.
So 12.369.
It's 369.
You can round this number, right?
Yeah.
So when you round 12.4. Is it correct? Yes? So you can prove it. Okay? And the next one, what is question number C?
First is finding gradients and equation.
Find D lies on the line AB. Okay, the point D is on the line. Okay, and CD is perpendicular to AB. Find the gradient of CD. So how can you find it?
We find the gradient of AB first and then we inverse the gradient of AB.
Okay, why we are finding the gradient of AB first?
Because
Before. Because
it's a perpendicular line to CD, right? So
Yeah.
if we find the gradient of AB first, then we can substitute in perpendicular line formula for C.
yeah, very good. So, because AB, they already said the line CD is perpendicular to AB, right? If line CD perpendicular to AB means this point, right? It's 90 degree. But we don't know what is the point of D. Okay, but we know the distance AB. Okay, and we can also find if we know the points, we know the gradient also. Okay, so the connection between the relation between two perpendicular line slope is -1 over slope of the other line. So one slope, if you know, it is easy to find the other one. Okay, so what is slope of AB?
So
Can do Yeah. Slope AB. Slope of AB. So points already there, right?
It's also
Yeah.
it's like this. You find it in a book that's called distance and length.
Negative 1/4.
When they ask for length, they're asking for
Yeah.
distance.
So write in fraction form. Negative 1/4. So the answer is negative 1/4. If you have slope of AB, you can also find slope of CD, right? So MC.
With these kinds of questions.
How can you do
you're gonna-
MCD?
You see you're gonna have to make it negative 1 over whatever this is, and in order to make like that equation work, doing it as like a fraction works easier.
Yeah. Actually,
You don't have to think hard. Look, if you just do the math, right? It's negative 3 over 12. You can divide both sides by this. So come on, right? You don't even have to simplify. You can just shove it down at the end and it's still work.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's correct.
See the formula?
Yeah, 4. It becomes 4. Yes.
Don't even use the calculators. You don't have
So
to-
your slope of CD is 4. That's good. Now you have the slope, right? And also now you can find the equation of CD. Okay? If you want to find equation of CD, you have already got
Point below.
point already there, right? 1 point already there given, C equal to 9,5, right? So line CD, equation of line CD, y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. Can you plug in the values? What is the point? 9, 5. So y minus 5 equal to, what is the slope? 4, right? So substitute 4 times x minus 9. Do you understand that? Okay. Now you can rearrange. Okay. So y equal to what?
They all use the exact same like method and so on.
Y equal to what? 4x minus 36 plus 5.
So it's
4x. So Hannah, what would be the answer? Minus 36 plus 5 minus what? Minus 31. What did you say? Minus 31.
I have to turn religious the day before the
Okay.
exam for you.
So you have another equation. Am I right? Okay, you have equation of CD. If you have equation of CD, how can you find the coordinate of D?
Simultaneous equation.
Simultaneous equation. Equation number already here. 1. Where is your equation number 2?
Equation number 1 is given.
1 is given. So either you can consider this one, y equal to another one, x plus y. Another one in this form, x plus 4y equals 12, right? Equation number 2. But we should need in this form. If you are using simultaneous equation, you should the xy on one side. Okay? So bring x. We need to rearrange, right? Rearrange. Equation number 1 is become, so 4x minus y equal to 31. So this is our equation. Okay. So please plug in these two equations in your calculator. Please plug in the value. Yeah. You can try this. Try. Otherwise you will forget in the exam if you didn't try. You need more practice. Okay. So again we back to simultaneous equation. Okay. Then enter. We have again two equation, right? So 2 unknown 2 we need in decimal value and everything. Float means how many decimal you need. We need 3 if it is decimal. And next, you need to plug in the value. Equation number 1, 4, right?
Yeah, but
And enter plus or minus. It's minus. Enter. Then it's 1. 1 by it's already there. Then the other side is 31. Okay, and the another one, 1. Is it plus of minus plus 4? We need 4. And it's 12, right? Okay, so please solve this one. So see, your answer is like this. How much you got it?
8 and 1. Right?
8 and 1.
Yeah.
Everybody got 8 and 1, right? Yes, very good. So our point is D, 8 and 1. Okay? So what is the coordinate of D? 8 and 1. Okay? Now if you have 2 points, how can you calculate the length?
This is formula.
Yeah, please do it. One of the please come. I need one volunteer.
Or
Doing
or which
for D. Not D, for E. Yes, we already find D, right? Now I want someone. X equal to 8, y equal to 1. Please, I need someone. Again you, right? Okay. Now it's your turn. Be positive. Be energetic. Be strong. Thank you. Okay. We need not D. We need the length of this is for that. D. Please write here C. So it's the symbol. Okay.
Is it plus?
Plus 5. Okay. What is the length of AB? Length of AB. Yeah, we already wrote.
AB is 12.4.
12.4, right?
And because we run up for 12.369.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
No, wait, let's go.
Four point 1, 2. Okay. So 9 you choose from here. Okay. 5, 1. Okay. Okay. 4.12. Very good. So that is for the answer of E. How about F? What is the area of a triangle?
Around 1/2 b.
Okay. 1/2 BH. What is here B and H?
So b.
This is our triangle, right?
Yeah.
Triangle. What is the B? Not this one. We need to consider ABC. That means this is your triangle. Okay.
Sure. When you graded my quiz, did you check this part?
So this is your area, right? So ABC. Okay. And what is the length of AB? That one you already find in the beginning. Part B, right? Okay. So B base is your AB. So 12.4. How about H? H is your length of CD. Okay. So CDH, how much?
4.1.
4.1. What is the answer now?
So
25.54.
yeah, 25.5.
25 point rounded value
Yeah.
for 2
units.
sigma. Is it unit square, right? No.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
did,
square. Okay, 25.54. Can I? Where's my pen? Okay. Next question. Have it all done, right? Yes or no? Is it clear? The next question is not from the question bank. It is an external question. Okay? External. Extra one. Yeah, not from the question bank. Not from the tissue paper. This has a bonus point. Okay? So find equation line AB. This is Y. B is given.
What is a or traumatizing program?
Okay? Given that AB is passing through
Did you
the
decide midpoint? Or-
yes,
or-
through the midpoint of CD, line CD, sorry, line CD. Okay? This is
Can I borrow your calculator? Mid?
and okay, that is question number 8. Okay.
Midpoint is x1 plus x2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, over this two. We need to find equation of line AB, okay?
Finding the midpoint. So it's 5, 7.
The midpoint is okay. Why did you find the midpoint?
Because the line AB passes through CD. So at the point where it passes is the midpoint.
Okay, and what is the purpose of this?
So we can use the point slope formula to find the equation.
And we can use the point, right? Why?
Huh?
Why?
So we can use the point slope formula.
So the meaning of passing through midpoint. What is the meaning?
Line
It
A,
is
line AB is midpoint.
midpoint. And also there is one thing I told you.
It is your bisector.
Perpendicular bisector. Okay. So basically, instead of asking perpendicular bisector, they ask like they will pass the line is passing through the midpoint. Okay, or the middle of the point, middle of the line. Okay, that meaning it is the perpendicular bisector. And also they already give you the symbol negativity, so we can confirm it's perpendicular bisector. Okay, that's the reason we are using midpoint. Okay, so what is midpoint of Midpoint of CD,
5 and 7.
5 and 7. So 2 plus 8 divided by 2, 12 plus 2 divided by 2. So 5 and 7, right? Place one of them running the equation color. Perpendicular bisector. Okay?
We have the midpoint, right?
Yes, we have the midpoint. Now what else we need to find? The slope. Slope of what?
CD.
CD. After that,
The inverse.
inverse of the slope. Then we should convert into line equation.
Do I find the slope of the line equation first?
First, if you find the line equation, are you able to do without slope?
Okay.
Okay.
So,
So please do that one. Any doubt in this? X1,
what's 7?
X1.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, I'm going backwards.
Yes.
I'm
Two minus 12 correct, 8 minus 2 correct. So you simplify from there, minus 10 over 36, 3 by 5, negative inverse, right? Please write here 10. M1, yeah. Okay, very good. So now we substitute 5, 3 by 5x minus
I forgot to do.
Three,
I
yeah.
forgot to do 3 by 5.
here it is.
Negative 3?
Yeah, negative 3. Now y equals minus 3 plus 7. Yeah, correct. Right. Okay. Very good. Did you understand now?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, before summarize, that's it. This was our last problem. Okay, last question. Okay. So before I summarize, you should memorize basic formula. Then only you can interpret the question and we can solve it. Okay. So generally, if the question all the time asks to construct an equation, right? If you want to construct the equation in the form of whatever the form is there, you should have first the point slope form. That means y minus y1 equal to m tan x1 minus x1. Okay, that means the required things you need it. One, coordinate, your coordinate, okay, and the another one is the slope. Okay, for any line there is one point any and the slope. However, for a perpendicular bisector, bisector we need a midpoint. Okay, so the midpoint should be the middle of the line, and the slope for the perpendicular bisector, it will be negative 1 over m1. Okay, so That is the main difference. And for the parallel lines, as we did the many problem, it is always the same. There is no much difference. Only the main difference for the perpendicular line and for perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector means it cut the line equally, okay, divide equally, and the points, the point should be the midpoint. Or most of the time we have a mistake, like we will choose the other end. Even you have this point B, some other x or y, you are not allowed to use that one. You should choose this point. Understand? Then only you can do it. Okay. And next one, intersection. Okay. So any two line, if any two line passing, if you want to find this point, that means what? Line of intersection.
C.
This point, how can you find it? If there is points, if they give you A, B, C, D values, how can you find the intersecting point?
So we need to find the
Or you need to construct the equation. Okay. Or if there is two equation, A, B and C, D, you need to use the calculator, polynomial 2. Okay. Simultaneous equation or solver. If you are an AA student, you are supposed to do the solving, the thing by analytically. Okay. But you guys, you can use the calculator. So use polynomial 2 simultaneous equation solver. Okay. Then you can find the common thing. Is it clear? Good. Okay. So these are the important thing in coordinate geometry. Okay. So don't forget the formulas. Even you are able to look at the formula booklet in the exam. You should also familiar with this. Yeah. So which formula we have to? If the question asks you distance, you need to apply distance formula. Midpoint means midpoint 1. Okay, divided by 2, that thing. And the slope or gradient, both are equal. Okay. And what else? Did I cover everything? And this formula is important. Line equation. Y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. These are the basic thing. Okay. So if you know this, we can do the questions. Okay. And to find the points, another thing. If any points like A and B here on x-axis and y-axis, remember on the x-axis y will be 0. Okay, so plug in y equal to 0 to find B. Okay, and for A on the y-axis, x will be 0. Understand? So you can find it like that. That's it. Clear? Okay. Thank you.